We are often kind to strangers. We hold doors. We smile at cashiers. We donate to charity. But listen to the voice in your own head when you make a mistake. You idiot. You always mess this up. You are worthless. We are cruel to ourselves in a way we would never be to a dog or a child or a friend. Tonight, we are talking about compassion, but not the easy kind. We are talking about the hardest form, self-compassion. Einstein said, "Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion." Tonight, let's make sure you are actually inside that circle. Watch a toddler when another baby cries. Their face crumbles. They often start crying too. They don't have boundaries yet. They feel the world directly. This is instinct. But notice something else. If a child trips and falls, they look for their mother. They want to be held. They don't scold themselves for falling. They don't think falling makes them stupid. They just want the hurt to stop. The child knows they are worthy of comfort simply because they exist. Then the walls go up. The modern teenager is bombarded with the suffering of the entire world through a 6-inch screen. Wars, climate change, tragedies. It is too much for one heart to hold. So, the teen shuts down. They flip the switch to numb. This isn't because they don't care. It's because they care too much and they are drowning. And internally, the judge arrives. They compare their messy insides to everyone else's curated outsides. Compassion dies in the face of comparison. In your 20s, you think being hard on yourself is the only way to succeed. You use shame as a fuel source. If I hate myself enough, I will work harder. If I criticize my body enough, I will go to the gym. You become an inner tyrant. But look at the results. Anxiety, burnout, depression. You cannot whip yourself into greatness. The young adult eventually hits a wall. You realize that you cannot hate yourself into a version of yourself that you love. Midlife brings a shift. You screw up, you fail, you hurt someone. But instead of the tyrant screaming, a calmer voice emerges. Okay, that was a mistake. How do we fix it? Compassion becomes practical. It isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about staying on the team. Neff wrote, "Having compassion for yourself means honoring your humanness." You realize that beating yourself up wastes energy that you could be using to solve the problem. The elder sees the long arc. They look at the bad people and see wounded children. They look at the failures and see necessary lessons. They look at themselves with all their wrinkles and regrets, and they feel tenderness. They know that everyone is fighting a hard battle. The elder doesn't judge, they witness. They sit by the bedside of the dying friend. They hold the hand of the stranger. They know that in the end, the only thing that matters is how well we loved. So try this tonight. Imagine your best friend called you, crying, saying they made the exact mistake you made today. What would you say to them? You would say, "It's okay. You are human. We can fix this." Now, say that to yourself. The fire warms everything near it. It doesn't choose. Stop leaving yourself out in the cold.